Greetings and welcome to the morning edition of Afterglow. And I'm thankful that we could spend this time together in reflecting upon yesterday morning's sermon from Hebrews chapter 11. We finished Hebrews 11 yesterday morning with that remarkable passage in verses 32 through 40. That passage has always been rather gripping to me for a variety of reasons, primarily because the passage in talking about people of faith in the Old Testament comes to a point where it addresses the people of God in the Old Testament whom nobody knows. They're nameless. We don't know who they are, but the passage describes them as having to live a very difficult life. Some of them suffered greatly because of their faith, and in order to be faithful to God in their faith, they suffered greatly. And that's always been something that has struck me and touched my heart. And I'm sure it did yours as well, as we talked about that yesterday. But the thing that really seems to be prominent to me as I reflect on that passage today is that it doesn't matter what the world says about you. What really matters about you is what God says about you. And you can have all sorts of things that this world can offer you. You can have prominence, you can have publicity, you can have money, you can have a great job, you can have all sorts of stuff that you could buy. But in the end, none of that really matters. In the end, what really matters is what God says about you. And even if the world doesn't know your name, and even if you're not considered important in the eyes of the world, but God says you're important, then you are most assuredly important, because what God says and what God thinks about you is the most important thing. And of course, this passage says that these people gained approval before God because they had faith in His redemptive promise, which leads me to say to you today that really the most important thing in my life and yours is to be rightly related to God through faith in His Son, Jesus Christ. And I want to press that to you this morning. Encourage you to think genuinely about that. It's not that schooling's not important, so children study hard. It's not that jobs aren't important. They certainly are. There are a lot of things in this life that are important. But what the Scripture would tell us is what is supremely important, what is most important in the end, is your relationship with God through His redemption in Jesus Christ. And if you have that, you have the blessing beyond measure. And that's something I think we all can think about today and in the days to come. It's good to be with you, and I'll look forward to our next time together. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us on Morning Afterglow.